What? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Wow. It seems like there's not enough time in the day. Shop Talk, June 9th. I always have to check my, I always have to check my audio from now on because of what happened a few weeks ago. How's everybody doing? Stick around and see if anybody shows up. I know at least one guy likes to show up. Where you at, John? I know you like to show up. If John doesn't show up, that means he's gone somewhere. His wife's got him outside doing yard work or whatever. But it's raining, so John gets notified. He'll be on here. He doesn't ever send a text message or a live chat, but that's okay. I appreciate John watching every week, every time I'm on. Eventually, I hope to get to a point where we have more than, 20 or 25 or whatever people tuning in. Shop Talk with MusicMan. And man, do I have a bunch of stuff to go over with you today. Things have changed so drastically in the last 2 weeks since my last broadcast, so got a lot to go over. I'm just gonna hang out a minute and wait. It is June the 9th, and that means that we are getting ready to be in full swing car show season. We have the winter thing that happens where everybody goes and looks at cars inside a building, which is great. Because especially those of us up north, we get tired of being cooped up. So it's fun to go to a local stadium and walk through and check out cars, even though it's winter. But it's June now, so it's kind of cool to have the outside car shows coming back around. And Cars and Coffee, I know Cars and Coffee's been rained out quite a few times this year already up here in Fort Wayne. But that's okay. That's part of it. That's part of living up here in what I call Fort Wayne, Indiana. See what I did there? It's spelled R-A-Y-N-E, Fort Wayne. Just kidding. Well, it looks like my friend John showed up. How are you today, John? He's the one constant. He shows up every time. I appreciate it, John. Maybe you could get your wife to teach you how to do the live chat so I can know that it's you. But I have a feeling that he's lurking on the outside edge watching, and I appreciate it. If it's not John, I apologize. Let me know who you are. Send me a message. Send me a live chat. It really fuels the fire. It's kind of like when you're a musician, and I can say this firsthand because I am the music man. When you're on stage and you're playing, some really good uppity music with the backbeat, and I'm the drummer, and nobody's dancing, you're like, what's going on here? Why isn't anybody dancing? Well, that's because they hadn't had a couple beers in them yet, so when they get up and they start dancing, then you get fueled by the fire. It puts fuel in the fire, and you play better. You have more adrenaline because people are, getting down to what rhythm you're playing. So anyway, it's always good to have people show up, and it's always good to have somebody hit the live chat once in a while, and it definitely puts fuel in the fire. Now, so 2 weeks ago, we talked about, the question was, do you order a brand new car, Corvette, or do you buy a 2026? And so I went through the process of showing you guys on here how to build a car on the internet on Chevrolet.com. And I actually I went through the process, and based on what I had available to me, I built a car. And as you know, that car came up on the inventory over in Troy, Ohio. And the more I thought about it, so maybe I should back up and start from square one in case you didn't see the show. So if you go on the internet on Chevrolet.com and you build a 2026, you can't build a 2027 because they don't have the 2027 configurator live. So what I did was I saw a 27 in pitch gray down at Bowling Green, and I fell in love with it, with the Santorini blue interior. And I was building it on the internet, but I was forced to use the 26 model year because that's the only one that's available on the internet. So in the process of doing that, again, I did that with you guys 2 weeks ago. A car came up in Troy, Ohio, basically the same exact build as what was on my configurator, minus one thing, and that was the high wing, because I wanted the car with the high wing. So my question 2 weeks ago was, do you buy a heavily discounted 2026 or do you wait and order a 2027? Now, I didn't wait. I went ahead and bought the 2026. If you didn't already know that, if you haven't watched the two or three videos that I just put out this week, since I picked up the car, you wouldn't know that. But I did, in fact, buy the car. And I have taken a lot of heat from people about it. They're like, so you bought a leftover 2026 and they're getting ready to put out the 2027. Okay, well, to me, I don't think it's a leftover because it was May the 30th, 2026 when I bought it. A leftover to me would be a car that was built in 2025, right? That's a leftover. So I guess haters are gonna hate. But I bought a 2026 because I didn't want to wait until going through the ordering process of ordering a 2027. And that's a decision that I made, and I'm okay with it because I have a brand new 2026 in the garage. So anyway, what I wanted to say about that was the reason why I decided to do that is there are several reasons. Number one, they had $10,000 off on the car. It was an $85,000 car for $10,000 off. I paid $75,000 for the car. Number two, they gave me $1,000 less than what I paid for my C7. So I literally had my C7 for 8 months, and it cost me $1,000 to have that car. Number three, if I would have ordered a 2027, I would have had to wait for them to lift the constraints. I would have had to wait for GM to accept my order. I would have had to wait for the car to be built, and according to the dealership where I was going to order the car, it could be October, November before I got my 2027. The next reason is that's, I think, number 4. The other reason is I've also heard that whenever a company builds something new, like The 2027 is going to have the new 6.7 liter V8 LS6 motor in it. It's a brand new motor. And I've heard people talk about it. If you get something new like that and they haven't worked out all the glitches, there could be problems. So they say, don't get the first year. So with all of those reasons set aside, the other reason is I have a friend that works at GM. He could have got me a discount. The other reason, though, is that they don't have the pricing out yet on what the 27s are going to cost. So the same car that I built on the internet for $85,000 could potentially be more closer to $90,000 with the same exact things, because prices are going to go up for 27. The prices are going to go up because the motor's bigger. The prices are going to go up because of inflation. The prices are going to go up because things cost more. It's a year later. They always increase the prices. So because of all of those unknowns, I went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and buy a 2026. And I am okay with that decision. I hope that you can be too. It's crazy because it doesn't matter what you do. There's always going to be somebody with an opinion, and that's okay. Put your opinion on my videos. That's fine. I want to hear what you say about it. Now, the other thing is, the biggest and the most important thing is this. I am a blue-collar worker that works a lot, and a Stingray is what I can afford. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to act like I have the ability to buy one or imply that I can do it and it's not a problem. But the Z06, the ZR1, the ZR1X, those cars are just way beyond what anything I could ever afford. Like, the Z06 maybe, but that would really be stretching it for me. So I'm excited that I was able to get a Stingray. And it's kind of funny because in the Corvette world, it seems like if you get a Stingray, you got a base model car. But guess what, guys? It's still a Corvette. It still has the emblem on the front of the car that says Corvette, like that. It's on the car. It's a Corvette. It's bad to the bone. So anyway, everybody is different. Everybody can afford different things. I can afford a Stingray. I'm tickled to death that I got it. And I'm going to show you a couple of photographs of it real quick. If you haven't already seen it, make sure you check out my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up when you watch my videos. By the way, it's free to subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. So I've heard of statistics that only 25 or 30% of the people that actually watch YouTube channels actually subscribe to those channels. I don't know why that is. There's a lot of people out there that sit in their garage and watch YouTube channels one right after another, video after video, all the time. Different people, different platforms, different shows, guys that cover Corvettes, guys that cover Camaro, guys that cover, Mustangs. There are all kinds of people out there doing YouTube, and I'm just one little guy trying to do it. And I enjoy doing it. So hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up when you watch my videos. I would appreciate that. It helps out the channel. I'm still growing. I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to reach my goal of 1,000. I'm hoping to hit 1,000 before the end of this year. I was shooting for the end of 25, and that didn't happen. So my goal is before the end of 26. I'd love to get 1,000 subscribers. Again, it's free to subscribe. Now, real quick, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. I do have a sponsorship with Coldest bottles. If you go into the description down below, there's a link. You can buy one of these bottles and take it to the car show with you. They are amazing. They keep your water and everything cold while you're at the car show. You get a discount if you use the MusicMan's Garage link. Go ahead and do that for me. I would appreciate it. And the other thing I want to talk about real quick before we move on is the fact that in the process of me trading my C7 in to get the C8, I wanted to throw this out there because a lot of people don't understand. But I have my insurance through the NCM Insurance Agency, National Corvette Museum Insurance Agency, NCM Insurance. I have my Camaro and my Corvette insured through them, and they are saving me $1,200 a year. I found them through watching another YouTube channel. I'm a big believer of why not save money. These are cars that you don't drive every day. They sit in the garage most of the time, and you have different levels of, if you get a hold of NCM, get a quote. If you drive your car less than 1,000 miles, less than 3,000 miles, or less than 6,000 miles, you keep the car in a garage and you have a daily driver, then you qualify for National Corvette Museum Insurance. And they saved me $1,200 a year by going through them instead of going through my local insurance man. I want to tell you that it was an absolute breeze. I called them on the phone. I said, look, these are the two cars I have on my policy. I'm trading in the C7 Corvette. I'm buying the C8 Corvette. Can you take the C7 off and add the C8? They did that with one phone call. My insurance went up a little bit, obviously, because the C7 was a 15 and the C8 is a 26. Insurance went up a little bit. They sent me a new identification card, proof of insurance. I was able to take that with me to the dealership to show proof of insurance. One phone call taken care of. NCM Insurance, make sure you check them out. No, they do not sponsor anything that I do on YouTube, but I do want to give them a shout out because I'm telling you, if you have any kind of a collector car, and again, I need to emphasize, it's not just for Corvettes. It's not just for Camaros. It's any collector car that you possibly could have in your garage. They cover it. So give them a shout out. If you can, tell them you heard about it from MusicMan's Garage. Now, moving along, I'm going to show you. Let me go ahead and show you a couple of photographs real quick. Let's see, I'm going to pull up preview mode so I can see to make sure that you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Let's see. Anyway, I hope you guys are seeing this. I don't know why that went away for whatever reason. So, that's weird. I tell you what, every week it's one thing, it's another. So, let's see here. What we got going on? There we go. There we go. All right. So let's see. I gotta pull this one up because this is where I want to go next. This is my car. 2026 Chevy Corvette Stingray. Pretty stinking excited about that, you guys. It is silver Why am I drawing a blank? Let me get the... Yeah, Blade Silver Metallic. That's the color for 26. Blade Silver Metallic. And it has Santorini blue interior because it has the 3LT package on it. Again, this is the car that I fell in love with when I saw it down at Bowling Green. The color and the car that I saw was an actual Grand Sport. It wasn't a Stingray. But I saw it on the Grand Sport platform. When I saw this interior, I fell absolutely in love with it. And I went down to Troy, Ohio, and picked up this car. This is my car, you guys. Again, if you haven't checked it out, make sure you see the video I put out. Explains everything, that how I found it, and basically it ended up being something that happened while I was on this show. So there you have it. That's the Santorini blue. I can't even explain to you how incredible it is. It's just absolutely incredible. So I kind of wanted to show you guys that. Now I have a couple of other things that I want to do real quick, and before I move on to anything else, but I was on my way home from Ohio. It was a really windy day, and I stopped, and one of my favorite places where I shoot video and drone footage of my cars is actually across the state line in Ohio. And I wanted to go ahead and shoot a video, and and it was really super windy, as you can see from the flight of this video. The drone, it's just really kind of all over the place and pretty scary. So I aborted the situation, landed the drone, but I wanted to show you that's the first videos that I got of the car. And then I got this couple photographs of the car in my garage. And the very next day I drove it to church because that's what I do. And I went for a Sunday drive, and I got a video out, you guys, of my 500-mile break-in. You're going to want to check that out as well. It's pretty incredible. The first day that I had the car, I took the top out, was able to drive it in on a beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon. It was amazing. Now, this car, what I wanted to talk to you about now is the fact that this car there are a few things that I want to change about it, So, the rims on the car are the basic rims that come on the car. And so I've already ordered rims, and I've received those rims. And, I have a spoiler coming from Racing Sport Concepts over in Ohio. I met those guys this last April when I was down in Bowling Green at the Michelin Bash. They make carbon fiber race ready components for your car, everything from diffusers to splitters to spoilers. And basically what I did was I ordered that, and I have that coming. I should get that probably either tomorrow or the next day. And so these are just videos that I created and photos that I took with my drone the first day out driving it. And I'm telling you what, I never thought that I would say this, but this car is just an absolute joy to drive. And it's exhilarating to be able to drive this car. And it's pretty incredible. So here's a couple photographs with me in the car. And I have the top off. That's definitely a grin factor for me. And this particular photograph right here is something that I compiled on the internet on Chevrolet.com. And this is a vision of what I have for the car that I purchased. This is the Blade Silver Metallic. I have E5 wheels in my garage waiting to put those on. I've ordered a high wing to put on the back. I plan on taking my car over to Sweet Cars here in Fort Wayne, and they're going to put the wheels on and also the spoiler on the back. Now, from what I understand, it's a pretty big deal because you have to take the whole rear bumper off the car, drill holes, because this car doesn't already have a spoiler on it. So you have to drill holes to put the spoiler on, and that's not something that I want to try to do in my garage. So I'm not capable of that. I don't want to try to do that. I want to try and get a professional company to do that. So I've already talked to Sweet Cars here in Fort Wayne about doing that. They're going to do that. And then the other thing is, this week I have an appointment on Friday to get the windows tinted. So I'm going to have the windows tinted. I got a spoiler going on the back. I got wheels already getting ready to get those put on. And the other thing is I have a couple of other ideas. I'm not sure how it'll work out. But I have a couple of other ideas that I'm not going to share at this point. But one of the other really important things that I need to get done right away is I need to get PPF put on the front clip of the car. So I've already talked to a company here in Fort Wayne that's going to do that. They're doing my tint on Friday. I have an appointment on Friday to get that done. Actually, the appointment is Thursday. I'm dropping it off Thursday morning. They're doing it Thursday afternoon. I pick it up on Friday. So I'm excited about window tint. And I would appreciate you guys if you follow along with me on this build. And I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick the wheels. They came in, and these are the wheels that I'm having put on my car. Again, I haven't shared this photograph with my social media. I'm only sharing this on YouTube. So if you are tuned into my YouTube channel, and you if you follow along with my videos, you'll be able to follow along with my build on this car. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm telling you what, that it's pretty amazing to be able to have this car, and I'm excited. This was this past Friday. I had to continue on with my 500-mile break-in. I stopped and actually had to put my first tank of gas in the car. And I try to always use Shell gasoline because they are top-notch fuel company. So with that being said, now I got to figure out how to get back to this so that I can take this back out, because I want to move on to something other things, and I don't necessarily need you to see the other stuff because it doesn't pertain. So anyway, moving along. I can't believe how fast time goes by on this show. It's crazy. I get really excited about doing a show with you guys and talking to you about cars. And then this happens, and it goes by so stinking quick that I feel like, man, I just feel like I'm giving a lot of information really quick. And I hope you guys are able to keep up with what I'm talking about. But so this week, a couple of things have happened already, So the configurator on Chevrolet.com has actually loaded in the Grand Sport. And again, they only put the Grand Sport on there so far so that you can build a Grand Sport on Chevy.com. But there's still no pricing on there. So you can still go on there and build one. And I've already kind of done that, just looking at it. They do have the new color pitch gray as well as Admiral Blue on there. And it's kind of neat to be able to actually build it on Chevy.com. But they put that up, and they still haven't put up the rest of, all of the other platforms like the Stingray, the ZR1, the Z06, the ZR1X. None of that is on there, but they have put the Grand Sport on Chevy.com. So if you're interested in building a Grand Sport and you want to go on to Chevy.com and try to do that, it is now available. And the other thing is that they've announced actually that yesterday, the 8th of June, which was Monday, they officially started making they started building the new 2027s. The assembly plant has, in fact, started building the brand new 27s. So this is just a photograph that I've found off the internet. It's kind of cool. It has a Z06 and Bowling Green assembly plant in the background. Just a little picture to let you see that they have, in fact, started building the cars as of yesterday. The start of regular production, SORP, start of regular production, started yesterday. So they're saying that it's going to be later on in the year before they start actually producing, before they start producing the Grand Sport X. And again, right now, from what I understand, excuse me, from what I understand, they still have constraints, and those constraints are they have constraints on the Admiral Blue paint. They have constraint on the pitch gray paint, which is a brand new color for 27. And they also have the constraints on the high wing. So if you order a car with those three things or any of those three things, you can't, they're not going to actually accept your order just yet because they have constraints on that. But eventually, later on in the year, they will accept your order, and they're going to start building those cars. So the other thing, too, that they've announced is that in the middle of July, from the middle of July through September, July, August, September, they are going to have assembly plant tours open again, which is pretty exciting because when I was down there in April, I wasn't able to have the opportunity to go through the assembly plant. So I'm actually considering maybe going down there and doing a tour of the plant because I really would love to do that. I heard it's pretty incredible to be able to go through the plant and see them actually building the cars. So they just made that announcement today. Either late yesterday or early this morning, they made the announcement that they're going to open that back up. So if you're interested in that, you might want to consider calling them and getting an appointment, setting up a time slot that you can go through the assembly plant. I think that I might go ahead and do that, and then even if I just blast down there for a couple of days and check it out, and of course I will have all of that on my channel for all of my viewers that that watch my shows. So I wanted to make that announcement as well. And then the other thing too is that there is one other thing that I want to talk about. Again, it's already 8:35, and I feel like I feel almost like I'm rushed to get through everything because there's so much stuff to talk about. And again, one more time, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. It's free. Help out the channel. Help my channel grow. I would appreciate that. Now, I think I have a few people upset with me because I put up my Camaro for sale for about 30 days. The reason that I put my Camaro up for sale was because when I made the decision to buy the C8 Corvette, I decided that I was going to just go all in, and I was going to sell the C7 and the Camaro so that I could get a C8 Corvette. Now, I got the C8 Corvette, and I ended up getting such a great deal on the C8 Corvette that I don't, in fact, have to sell the Camaro. So I'm not selling the Camaro, but I am going to tell you that Mr. Grinch is being extra grumpy, and I have to send him off on Friday this week. I have a tow truck coming to pick him up, and they're going to take him down to Anderson, Indiana, to a place called RPM Transmission, because I have recently located a slow leak in the differential on Mr. Grinch. So I'm not able to drive Mr. Grinch. I literally move him around in the garage. I move him outside to wash my Corvette. But I can't drive Mr. Grinch because there's a small leak in the differential. So for those of you that watch my channel because of my Camaro, just know that I'm keeping the Camaro, but I'm not doing a whole lot of content with it right now because I can't drive it. And I'm sending him out Friday. He has an appointment on Monday, the 15th of this month, to get the leak fixed on the differential. So Mr. Grinch still is, in fact, in my garage. I recently did a ceramic application on Mr. Grinch. He is absolutely looking so good. Now, with that being said, there are a couple of huge shows coming up for the Camaro. And one of those shows is the Camaro/Mustang show at Summit Racing over at Akron, Ohio. In Akron, Ohio. It is a function that is put on by the club that I belong to, the Northeastern Ohio Camaro Club, along with a local Mustang club. I went last year to that function, and it was amazing. I have every intention of going to that show this year, except the fact that Mr. Grinch has to go get his differential fixed. So if I don't get my car back in time, I'm not going to be able to go to that show. But it is on June the 20th at Summit Racing. The show is from 9 to 1 o'clock, I believe. Which means I'll get up early Saturday morning, drive to Summit Racing in Akron, Ohio, be there all day at the show, and then turn around and drive back home because I do have to play the piano at church on Sunday morning. So there's that. And then in July, I have reservations and vacation scheduled to go to Camaro Nationals in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. And let me look at my calendar real quick. Wow. Why don't I have the dates on this calendar? Wow, I hate to give the dates because they're on my phone, but they're not on this calendar. I believe... I know. So the 10th and 11th of July is Camaro Superfest in Novi, Michigan, which is up by Detroit. And then the week after that, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 16, 17, 18, is Camaro Nationals in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. From what I understand, there's already like 400 cars registered there. And I went to that last year. It was a fantastic show, amazing Camaro show. If you have a Camaro and you're in the area and you have the time, make sure you check out that show. It's incredible. I have every intention of going to that as well. I have reservations. Again, I have to get Mr. Grinch fixed before I can go to those shows, but I do have those on the books. So now let's get back to today. Let's get back to June the 9th. This weekend we have, it looks like pretty good weather coming up for Cars and Coffee. And then after that, the next thing up, I've got tent getting on my C8 Corvette on Thursday. Pretty excited about that. We got a lot going on. It's car season is in full swing. So I'm gonna sign off for now. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the show today. Make sure you, like I said, hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. It's free to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And thanks for hanging out with me today on MusicMan's Garage for Shop Talk. And we will be back in 2 weeks for more discussion. That would be June the 23rd at 8 p.m. And I will see you then. Thanks for hanging out with me today on MusicMan's Garage. I'm out.